I am Esther, Queen of Persia. But my story began long before the crown. Once I was Hadassah, an orphan, uncertain and alone, yet filled with hope for a brighter future. My cousin Mordecai raised me, nurturing my spirit and teaching me the strength of our faith. Those lessons became my guiding light through every trial. The streets of Susa were my classroom, the marketplace my teacher. I learned to adapt, to listen, to persevere, and to never lose hope. When King Xerxes sought a new queen, I could not have imagined that courage and faith would lead me to the palace. But hope has a way of opening doors we never dreamed possible. As I stepped into the unknown, Mordecai's words echoed in my heart. Do not reveal your identity. So I became Esther, embracing my destiny with faith and courage, even as I hid my true self. The palace was a world of challenges and possibilities. Marble halls, golden goblets, and secrets whispered in the shadows. I learned to walk with courage, guided by faith through every uncertainty. For a time, life in the palace was peaceful, but I never let go of hope. I remembered who I was and who I could become. I was no longer just an orphan. I was a beacon of hope. But true peace demands courage, especially from those who must rise from the shadows. And in those shadows, I discovered the strength to face darkness head-on. Haman, the king's advisor, climbed to power, his ambition fueled by cruelty. But I knew that even the most powerful can be challenged by the brave. Then a decree shattered the silence, a threat to my people, my family, my very heart. Haman had convinced the king to destroy us all. All Jews in the kingdom were to be eliminated. But I refused to let fear decide our fate. I would not stand by while injustice reigned. Mordecai's plea reached me, a call to action, a call to hope. You must go to the king. You must save our people. How could I, an orphan girl in disguise, dare to confront the second most powerful man in the empire? Yet I realized, sometimes the greatest power lies in standing up for what is right. My heart trembled, but I chose faith over fear. To approach the king unsummoned was to risk my life. But I knew that courage means acting, even when afraid. I fasted and prayed for 3 days, gathering every ounce of courage. If I perish, I resolved. But I would not let my people perish without hope. As I prepared to face the king, I remembered the heroes before me. Abraham, Moses, David. They too faced fear, but they chose to act for others. I adorned myself in royal robes, but my true strength came from within. From faith, from love, from the unbreakable will to do what is right. As I stepped into the king's presence, I carried with me the hopes of my people. Time seemed to stop, but my resolve burned brighter than ever. The scepter extended, a symbol of hope and courage. Relief surged through me, but I knew this was the beginning of something far greater. What followed was a test of heart and mind, a banquet, a revelation, and the king's righteous fury. In that moment, truth triumphed over deceit. Haman's wicked scheme was exposed, and justice prevailed. The very gallows he built for Mordecai became the instrument of his own downfall. Yet the danger lingered. A king's decree could not be undone. But we found a new path, a decree of hope, empowering my people to rise and defend themselves. On that fateful day, our people stood united and unafraid. What was meant for our destruction became our greatest deliverance. In the end, our people were saved. Mordecai was honored. And I, an orphan, became a queen, a savior, and most importantly, the author of my own destiny. I discovered my voice, my courage, and my purpose. Looking back, I see how every trial, every lesson shaped me for this moment of destiny. Each hardship was a stepping stone to greatness. My story is a testament to faith, to courage, and to the power of answering the call within. It reminds us all, we are placed in our positions for a reason. each of us with a purpose only we can fulfill. Sometimes we must risk everything, our comfort, our fears, to become who we are meant to be, to stand boldly for what is right, even when the world trembles. For such a time as this, we are called to greatness. The only question is, will we rise and answer?